welcome to Java with Janice. So today I am at Central Coffee Shop on Central Avenue. Cute little coffee shop, breakfast and lunch. They are open 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. every single day, 7 days a week. They offer breakfast all day long and lunch also. So have a great menu. That's all breakfast and that's all lunch. Make a nice cup of coffee. So here's my breakfast. I was going to say I can't wait to dig in, but you can see I already took a bite. So the food is delicious. The hash browns are just like I like them. Crispy on the outside, soft in the middle. Perfect. So I'll show you that. I will show you the restaurant here in a second. Then I have a great interview with Jodi Giovino. She's going to talk about insurance. And we all know how insurance is, so she is a wealth of knowledge. So that's going to be a great interview. So Central Coffee Shop was a cute little place, and it was funny because the staff and the customers were all hugging each other. I love you, and saying everything. So hey, you want to meet some friends, go to the Central Coffee Shop. All right, so now let's go on to the interview. Let's go talk to Jodi. Hi, so I am here with Jodi Giovino of the Insurance Fox. Hey, Jodi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for doing this interview
Janice,
with me.
yeah.
I appreciate it. So, first of all, just tell me a little bit about yourself and how you started in the insurance business.
So, I've been in the insurance business for more years than I'd like to say. 35 years. I graduated, I was in college. My dad owned insurance agencies in Buffalo, New York, and I worked with my dad for 25 years. And came down here and started the Insurance Fox, and I do business both here in Florida and New York.
And so you can write insurance anywhere in Florida?
Anywhere in Florida, the whole entire state of Florida and the whole entire state of New York, yes.
And you're based in Clearwater,
my office is in Clearwater, yes.
Okay, and so what kind of insurance do you do?
It's property and casualty, so auto, homeowners, motorcycle, boat, business insurance, homeowners insurance, flood, any type of condo insurance, renters insurance, houses in the course of construction, houses in the course of renovation, so any type of property and casualty insurance.
Okay, so as far as homeowners insurance, so you just kind of listed off everything that you do.
Right.
What is something, if somebody comes to you for insurance, how do you teach them what kind of insurance they should get?
So if somebody is coming to me for, say, homeowners insurance, we talk about their house that they already live in, or the house that they're purchasing, specifics of the house such as square footage, how many stories, where it's located. In Florida, you have to have a wind mitigation and a 4-point inspection. because you get credits on your homeowner's insurance off the wind mitigation. So it's super, super important that you have a wind mitigation.
And that can save you a lot of money.
Can save you a ton of money,
Right.
a ton of money. The type of roof you have is important, whether it's gable or it's hip. So we go through kind of a Q&A with the client, and then I look up the house for any other specifics that they might not know. So the other things that are important too are updates on the home. How old is the roof? How old is the furnace or the AC? Do you have circuit breakers or fuses? So important that you have circuit breakers and not fuses. And then I am an independent agent, so I have multiple carriers. So I quote it with all my carriers, the same coverages throughout, so that we get an apples to apples comparison through the different carriers. And then the cheapest one out of all my carriers is the one that I will go over with the client. So once I get the client back on the phone, I do email them a copy so that they know what we're talking about, so that they have something right in front of them and they can see what I am talking about. We go through every single coverage, what it means, what's covered, what's not covered. So important in this day and age to really become educated about your homeowner's insurance, because so many people feel that they're covered for everything, and not everything is covered on a homeowner's insurance policy, especially maintenance type things. So your roof is old, 30 years old, and you have a leak. They're not going to replace your roof because it's a maintenance issue. They will cover the damage from the leak, but they are not going to give you a whole new roof. So there's certain things that are not covered, and certain things that you would probably think aren't covered, but are. So I go through the whole policy with everybody. I do let them know that there's certain coverages that they can remove, such as replacement cost on the contents. You do not have to have hurricane insurance in Florida if you do not have a mortgage. So you do not have to carry that if you don't want to. I don't suggest it, but if that's something that you don't want to do, you don't have to do that. And so I will also give you the options of how to lower the premium by taking coverages off, and what you would lose by doing that. And so in essence, you're self-insuring on certain items.
Yeah, one of the things you just, before we go any further, can you tell us who
Oh,
your
this
baby
is my Francesca. She comes to work with me every day, and we call her Frankie, but she, just has to be held 24/7.
Yeah,
so.
she's a sweetheart.
Say hi, Frankie.
So tough.
Say hi, Frankie. If I put her on the ground, she'll start barking. So.
Right. So one thing you said that I didn't realize you did, and I just learned about, was because I am personally doing a flip.
Right.
And doing all this renovation.
Right.
And I didn't know you did that type of an insurance.
Yes.
And I really wish I would have known.
So in Florida, well, even in New York, there's so many people now who are flipping homes, or even buying them and not flipping them but renting them out, or even residing there as owner occupied. But I do have a company that will write an insurance policy while your house is in the course of renovation. So they start off at a lower dwelling amount, and the more work that you do, we increase that dwelling amount to cover the cost and the.
Now, is there a minimum amount of months?
We can do a 3-month policy. Okay. We can do a 6-month policy. And even if you go with a 3-month policy and you're not done, it will renew for another 3 months.
Okay.
So, and you can cancel it at any time. Say you finish earlier and you finish earlier, and it's only 2 months instead of 3 months. You can cancel it at that 2-month part. It will even cover you while you're in the course of selling it. So as people are coming in, it's for sale. You'll have liability coverage, so someone trips and falls and sues you, which is super important these days with these super sue-happy lawyers. So liability insurance is super, super important, especially when, and it will also cover you for materials. So if you have materials sitting at the home not being used, or your fridge and your stove or dishwasher aren't put in yet, and they're in the garage, still coverage for those.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, super. It's a great, not super expensive, but it's something that flippers should have, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
We hate, like, in the middle of putting all that money into it and something happened to it, or like you said, somebody get hurt and,
Right.
you know.
Or say somebody breaks into the house while nobody's there.
Yeah.
You know, something that was an issue back in Buffalo many, many years ago was in vacant homes, people were going in and vandalizing and stealing the copper,
Yeah.
copper pipes,
Yeah.
and selling the copper.
That happens everywhere.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, it was like such an issue. It
Yeah.
was something that was happening so frequently. And, you know, definitely that type of policy would cover you for that as well.
Awesome. Okay, and then tell me a little bit about, because obviously insurance is kind of skyrocketing.
Mm-hmm.
What is causing that?
So there's a couple of different reasons why insurance here in Florida is really skyrocketing, especially homeowners insurance. First off is, you know, from what I hear in the industry is that the insurance companies are still paying claims from the last hurricane. Doesn't really make sense to me, but that's what they tell me. And the second reason is that the insurance company's reinsurance is skyrocketing. So reinsurance is the insurance that the insurance company has to purchase in order to be able to pay their claims. Mm-hmm. Okay, so reinsurance is skyrocketing, and so they're just that's falling down on the consumer. There are a lot of companies that aren't writing specifically in Pinellas County. So I have 6 different carriers, and 4 of them are not even writing in this county because of the hurricane risk and path. Correct. So hopefully when hurricane season is over, they will reopen for Pinellas County, hopefully.
Right.
But it's been a good 9-10 months that I have these companies that are not writing, and subsequently all the agents in Florida, because there's only so many companies in Florida that write homeowners insurance, all of these independent agents, we all have the same carriers, so we're all being crunched into 2 or 3 different companies, and that's it. And one of them specifically being Citizens, which is the state insurance company. Okay. So Citizens has seen a huge rise in applications because obviously the other regional carriers are not writing in Pinellas County.
Right.
So yeah, it's tough. It's a tough market right now.
Yeah. And I know I just read this article. They're trying to pass some kind of legislature where the attorneys cannot sue for certain things or for gargantuan amounts of money, you know,
right.
for things that should not even be considered. So hopefully that passes.
Hopefully.
I wish I knew what it was right now. I don't know. But,
right. I now that you're mentioning it again, I do believe that I read something about that. They're trying to cap the award.
Oh, is that what
They're trying to put a cap on the award on whatever the award, whatever the award is.
Yeah, because it's so high, and they're just suing for so much money, and then it's all coming back on all of us, you know, the consumer.
Well, and the other thing too is that even as an insurance agent, I have to carry insurance in case one of my clients sues me. You know, just like you have to carry E&O, I have to carry E&O in case somebody says, you know, you told me I had this and it wasn't covered, you know, or whatever. I mean, it's crazy. It's just
like
crazy.
It's a necessary evil.
Right. It's just unbelievable. But I think the more educated people become about homeowners insurance, and I do see it happening. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and I think people are becoming more educated. But there's a lot of myths out there about insurance. And your best bet, just like you should always have a realtor, you should always have an insurance agent. You should try not to go to a direct carrier. I don't want to name those direct carriers. You know who they are. There's no middleman. There's nobody there to fight for you. Right. There's nobody there to give you any advice. So it's always beneficial to you to have an insurance agent. Like I said, just like it is to have a real estate agent, because otherwise you are just
right.
I hate to say it, but you're naked. You know, you have no nowhere to turn.
Right.
You have nobody to get advice from.
And and like you tell them, okay, this is what this coverage is, and this is what it's for, and you really don't need this, or you really should have that.
Exactly.
You know. So
Right.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that?
No, I mean, you know, I think, yes, there is one thing that I would like to say, and I am a huge advocate of look every year, check your insurance rates with other carriers, because insurance rates are secular. So one company may go up, one company may go down, so please always, you know, have a review of your insurance. I would, once a year, every time, I would say 60 days before it renews, and have your agent look for, you want to compare coverage to coverage, otherwise you're not getting a fair pricing, you know, obviously. Apples to apples, and you want them to check for coverage gaps. I mean, here's a huge one. You have a dog, but your company excludes dog liability if they bite the dog. I mean, you know, you have a screened-in pool, but you don't have coverage for the screen.
Oh, wow.
You know, so there's a lot of different places where there's coverage gaps, and a good agent will be able to, in the question and answer period of getting to know what your property is and yourself and your family situation, will catch those things if you have them or don't have them on your policy.
Well, who would have thought? You know, I mean, that's why you're the professional.
Right.
I wouldn't even think of that stuff, you know.
Right. And just like real estate, insurance changes on a daily basis. So, I mean, it's important,
to have
like I
somebody
said.
in your corner.
It's very important to have someone in your corner, definitely.
Well, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Janice.
You're welcome. So tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
So you can call me here in Florida at my office, 727-536-8668. My cell phone is 716-909-1106. You can reach me. I have a website. It's theinsurancebox1.com. And my email is jodi.giovino, Giovino, at theinsurancebox1.com. Hope to hear from you guys. There's no charge to get a free quote.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate it.
Say bye, Frankie.
Bye.
Bye.
This way. This way.
Over here. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something with the interview for homeowners insurance. And like I said, she does all kinds of insurance. And come visit the Central Coffee Shop. Janice Sandberg, eXp Realty. Talk to you later.